Coach Wesley here of the Southeast Regional Champion Forestview Steelers. Coach, congratulations on the win. Uh, Talk about what it feels like to be Southeast champions.
Well, it's wonderful. It's just a great experience. Especially the young men that I coach and their families. It's remarkable. A lot of these young men, where they at now, we never thought they would actually be this far, and they just have surprised myself and as well as a lot of other people. But we're just happy to be here, and we're just happy to represent the Southeast.
Coach, you had a tough game against a very good team in Overtown. They jumped out on you first. Talk about what happened in that first quarter.
Well, the first quarter, like I say, let me say that team was very prepared, very good team, a good team, of course. When they scored on us first, we was the boys was a little upset for maybe a second and a half. With the leaders I have on the team, these young men, the intestinal fortitude, the I believe in myself, I believe in us as a team is just off the chart. Really, they came back and it was almost like nothing really happened for the score. I did hear a couple of our players say, "Hey, this ain't the first time we've been behind. Let's just keep playing football. It's 4 quarters in a football game." So, due to the fact they scored in the first quarter, the young men they understood that football is something that sometimes you make mistakes, just like in life. So you just have to keep on moving, and that's what they did.
Coach, what do you tell your team? What type of adjustments do you make? It seems like all throughout the season, even if a team jumped out on you early, that you all have the ability to just play your game and just wear them down and prevail in the end. What do you tell your team, or what type of adjustments do you make?
Well, it's just keep one thing in mind. I'm an old man. I've been doing it for 20 years, force coaching, and it's not a whole lot of things that I haven't seen in part one as far as formations, the way people do this and do that. And I must also say I have a great coaching staff, a group of young men that not just coach part one, but they study the game, the individuals of that type. So when certain things happen, once we see what somebody's trying to do or what somebody wants to do, we want to try to take away what they want to do best. If they run the ball, we want to take away the run. If they throw the ball, we want to take away the pass. So once we realize what they want to do, then we make an adjustments. And one reason is easy to make it because in football, regardless of what formation the team runs, they only gonna run a dive, off tackle, or sweep. So therefore, we prepare for all those things. And sometimes when we, like I say again, once we realize what they want to do, we kind of make adjustments. Now we got very smart young men on this team, and that's what it also comes down to, having smart players that can make the adjustments also.
Coach, what do you think was the turning point in the game? What play, what player, what do you think was the point in the game where you all took advantage and stayed ahead?
Well, what happened? One thing when just before after the team had scored and we came out on the field, and there was a point when it was I want to say it was third and about 5 or 6, and we made a nice long pass with Chris Calhoun when he threw it to Freddie Manning. That was a great pass as well as a great catch by those two young men. I think that gave us the confidence that turned the momentum back to us. And once the momentum, I tell you this, we've been doing this all year. Once we score, it seems like the defense automatically turn it up to another notch, another level. So when we was able to actually get that pass and then get in the end zone, again, I felt real good. I knew the momentum had swung back our way, and it was just our job to keep it, and we did that on yesterday.
Coach, last year a tough loss in the city playoffs. This year you're going much further, and you're in the Nationals. Talk about your what's going through your mind, your thought process of having the Forestview Park and the national championships.
Well, it's just so humbling. It's just humbling, and it's just a great thing. I would say this last year taught us so much in reference to how to lose See, it's a lot of times, it's important that a lot of times you have to actually literally learn how to lose and realize that life is about doing things the right way, doing things the right way. It's not sometimes, a lot of times you look at a loss and you say, oh man, that wasn't a good thing. But sometimes a loss sometimes is a great thing because it teaches you a lot about yourself as well as your team. The loss that we had last year in the city championship game against Grand Park, it taught the young men as well as our coaching staff a lot about ourselves in reference to preparing and work ethic and how to do it the right way. Make sure you're doing homework and make sure you study as coach and as a football team. So it taught us all that. And just to be able to represent Forestview, one of the oldest black associations in Jacksonville, Florida, is just so humbling and such a great thing for us as a team. We're so proud to be a part of Forestview, and Forestview represents something to not just me, but to our community in that particular area of town. To be able to represent them, sometimes it gives us an unfair advantage because we're doing something. We're not just playing football, but we're actually playing football for Forestview Athletic Association. Like I told you before, when we talked a couple of months ago, me as well as my coaches, as well as my team, as well as my parents, we bleed black and gold. We bleed black and gold, so we believe in that, and we're just so excited and so humbled to be able to represent Forestview as well as the city of Jacksonville as well as the Southeast region.
Coach, last question. How can the community support your team in going to a nationals? We know it's not free. Do you have a GoFundMe account? Do you have anything that we can let the community know how they can support the kids?
Well, of course, we do have a GoFundMe account which was created, and we're going to that's one thing about the Nationals, as you say, it's definitely not free. We come from very humble means, for lack of a better word. We're just doing our best to try to get these young men down to the Nationals. Of course, when you play in the Nationals, you have to stay in certain hotels, and these hotels aren't free at all. They cost, and the transportation to go down to Orlando is it's not free at all. And so we're doing our best. We're trying to get sponsorships as well as any other thing, any donations that anybody can do, corporate donations, anything. It would be very much so helpful. These donations are taxed. You can't get it back on your taxes, by the way. But we're gonna need all the help we can get. So that's what we're doing now. I will say this: after the game was over, just before the game was over, it was about 3 seconds left, and I was looking at the clock, and when the clock went down, it was the 3, 2, and 1, and the boys was excited, the parents was excited, everybody was very excited. I looked up at the clock, and I looked at the clock. The first thing I saw, I didn't see the zeros. I saw some dollar signs. I was like, oh my God. I said, my God, how in the world am I going to get these boys to the Nationals? But at the end of the day, I do know this: God has never failed me yet, and we're going to work something out. But again, anything that anybody can do individually or a company could do to help us, assist us in going there would be great. So that's what we're trying to do now.
Coach Wesley, thank you for your time. Congratulations on the big win on behalf of Duval Sports, the entire Jacksonville area, Northeast Florida. We're pulling for you, and we're going to be following you down there in the Nationals. And good luck in the championships.
Okay, thank you so much, and you do a great job at Duval Sports, and you keep doing what you're doing. You're really helping the community out as well. So it's a pleasure always to interview with you, and thank you so much for all the help you've done today, tomorrow, and next week, and everything that you've ever done for us. So thank you very much, Duval Sports. We appreciate you as well.